Did you see the WoW devs bashing people on Twitter for making complaints about the game? No, I haven't seen that. Anyway, 20th Century Union organizers died to give me a weekend, so I'm limiting replies on this. Quote, retweet my inability to reply, I will block you. No hate towards you. What's this here? WoW lead and counter designer. The moment I run into fire X person on the team and any comment or feedback, it instantly goes into trash regardless of what else there is. Zero tolerance policy for people who suggest that my teammates should lose their jobs. I mean, if you fired all systems designers in our game specifically, you wouldn't get any more items ever. Well, if that means we don't have another set of fucking shards of domination, that'd be a good thing. You know, like, I mean, that's what people want. So these kinds of things, like, I don't know what's wrong with these people. I really don't. And sorry to make fucking items. Yeah, it's like nobody else could ever do this. The reality is that here's what happens whenever you do a job like what's happened with BFA and Shadowlands. In any other industry, you'd be out of a job. Like, that's the truth. Like, you would. Like, whenever you lose money on an entertainment product over COVID, like during COVID, you'd be out of a job. And like, I mean, really, like, imagine having bad systems like this for 2 years, 4 years. It's crazy. At a certain point, like, I'm not saying, like, yeah, maybe they shouldn't get fired, but something needs to fucking happen. Like, something drastic needs to fucking happen. The reality is that, like, this is why the community is like this, okay? It's because they're not listening. They're not listening. They're not saying, okay, well, now people keep saying that they don't want this type of system. We're gonna stop putting it in the game. No, they just continue doing it. That's what the issue is. Yeah, they keep doing it. If they had just listened to what the players want, then that's all it would take. They're cornered and react accordingly to Twitter. What do you expect? I expected in the past 5 years for them to improve the systems and listen to the player base rather than make people beta test a bad system for an entire expansion. They're cornered on Twitter. They haven't been cornered for 5 years. Nothing's happened. Literally nothing's happened. Like you're having people quitting the game in thousands. Like, people are like, it's more popular to quit WoW than play WoW. It's obvious. Everybody is talking about it. You're having the massive, like, community figures. Like, I'm not even talking about myself, right? There are plenty of people who are quitting the game. And it's happening. There's like a new one every single day. This is not normal. It's just not at all. I don't know. Like, the way I look at it is that I can spend all day talking about this and complaining about this, and we can have endless conversations about how WoW is bad, right? And I think that we do that. We do that all the time. But the truth is that these conversations fall on deaf ears. They fall on deaf ears because the community, the people that run the game don't care. And not only do they not care, they actively dislike the people that are giving the suggestions based off of arbitrary criteria that oftentimes has nothing to do with the game. Oh, I don't like this person because of a political statement that they made. What the fuck does that have to do with the game? What's wrong with you? What's wrong? Like, are you stupid? Like, obviously, I genuinely think, I really, really do mean this, okay? I'm not joking around, I'm not playing around or anything. I genuinely think that they're incompetent. I think they have no idea what they're doing. That's the truth. And I really think that. I don't think that they're doing it on purpose because they're evil or something like that. I think that they just have no fucking idea what they're doing. And it's complacency. I think that in many times it is complacency because they think that there's never anything bad that's gonna happen if they do a bad job for years. And it just sucks, man. The thing is, like, here's really the difference. I can see somebody being defensive whenever they're being criticized. But the difference is that, like, let's say I'm being criticized a lot for something. Well, I have a position there where I'm either going to decide, do I want to continue doing this thing, or do I want to listen to what people are saying and do it differently? And there have been times, I really believe this, where I have listened to criticism and thought to myself, you know what, this is kind of true. And there are cases where this happens, but the WoW devs, there are no cases with this. They just continue, like, ramming their shit down people's throats, and people are tired of it, man. They're just fucking tired of it, and that's why everybody's leaving. We get early access systems every expansion. Yeah, exactly. We get early access systems, and we have to be the ones that make them. Like a lot of the changes that these systems go through are changes that are suggested by the players. Why are the devs even there to begin with? Why don't we just do everything through a straw poll? Because apparently that's the way that they make decisions anyway. Like oftentimes, like what ends up happening at the end of the expansion is the thing that the players wanted at the beginning of the expansion. Like, why is this even like? Why don't we just cut out the middleman and just fucking do everything with a straw poll if that's the way we're gonna make the game? It's crazy. Not all of them. No, I know. There's a lot of good devs at Blizzard. I absolutely know that. I know that, and that everybody knows that. There are a lot of people there who do a great job, and they're very good at what they're doing. But there are some people that have like this general oversight into the game, right? Like systems and things like this that just poison the entire game. And I think that's what the core problem is, more so than anything. A lot of players end up in alpha beta testing systems for 1.5 years just to enjoy the finished product for a few months. Exactly, man. They were on thin ice and you nicked it by going to Final Fantasy XIV. I want to be honest, okay? Like, yeah, obviously, me playing Final Fantasy XIV does look bad for WoW because of the optics of it. Because, like, you know, WoW is a lot lower on the Twitch, whatever you want to call it, like the Twitch directory. And overall, there's more people that play because there's people that, like, you know, I host, like Rich, etc. And so he's going to try it. Like, S-Fan's going to try the game. Other people are going to try the game too. And so it does create a cascading effect. Absolutely. Yeah, sure. But I am just one person. As much as you think that I have a big ego, let me make you very clear that I do not think this has anything to do with me. I have played other games before, and nobody went over and played that game. You can get all the exposure in the world. You can buy every streamer to play your game. You can get every streamer to play your fucking game. And if your game sucks, it's gonna go right into the fucking toilet the moment that they turn off their stream. Because nobody cares about the game. And that's why it didn't matter if I played Final Fantasy or not. Because if I played Final Fantasy and people thought it sucked, nobody would have watched the stream, and it would have been shitty. I'd have to play it off stream or something like that, because I wouldn't want to just play a game that everybody fucking hates on my stream all the time, right? Like, that's just fucking, it's a bad vibe. And so anyway, it worked because people liked it. So it's a symbiotic relationship. You know, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Did the streamer promote it, or did the viewers like it so the streamer promoted it? You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm really trying to get at, okay, guys? My thoughts. What's this here? Saying Asmongold is the only reason why the WoW community is toxic is complete bullshit. I was part of the German community, and as a woman, it was not nice. Everyone knows it's toxic. I close that game so often, crying my eyes out because the community's treating me like shit. Stop blaming one single person and start working on the roots. Everyone who ever played WoW knows how toxic the community is. I was called a bitch almost every day by strangers. To be fair, I do that too. But I don't do it just because it's a girl. Let's see here. Dudes talked about my boobs and generally about my body without even knowing what I look like. Running random mythic keys could be hell. Even if you did well, the moment someone made a mistake, all hell broke loose. And I tried to step in for myself, but no one else cares. Fix your fucking game. Stop blaming people for a bigger problem. So here's really what the problem is. The problem is Blizzard has no moderation with the game. People just run fucking wild in the game. They make 10 different characters. They are super abusive and harassing at people, and Blizzard doesn't ban them. That's the issue. That is the core issue, is that people do annoying and bad shit, and Blizzard doesn't do anything to ban them or get rid of them. It's the same thing as Twitch. Yeah, exactly. And this is what happens, though. It's like, if you allow a community to happen like that, like, for example, here, I'll give you a really good example. With any sort of a very, like, let's say, quote, toxic community on Twitch, what happens whenever communities don't ban people that are being abusive and being, like, really vitriolic and angry? Like, what happens? Because I can tell you what happens from my experience is those communities just get worse and worse and worse. It never gets better. It's never like, oh, well, they're just speaking their mind. It always gets worse. And again, what does this all stem from? This all stems from Blizzard wanting to save money. That's all it is. It's not because they want people to get harassed. Blizzard doesn't want people to get harassed at all. They're just doing it because it's easier to do that than actually fix the game and spend money. Streamers get bans on chat for spamming N-words, but Twitch won't block N-word for being used on a platform. It is, though. Yeah, N-word is blocked on Twitch. It's globally blocked with the hard R it is. And other than that, yeah, you're right. And so this is what happens, right? Is like if you, and there are streamers that do this, and ironically, it's for the same reason. There are streamers that allow a toxic community to become bigger and bigger part of their audience. And why does that happen? It's because those people are viewers. Those people are a number. And if you get more viewers, that means that you can make more money, you have more influence, and just in general, you are more, you're more important, right? And anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of streamers that don't ban that kind of stuff and don't do that kind of stuff because they want the viewers. And the ironic thing about this is that this is the same thing that happens with Blizzard, is that they're saving money by not actually hiring GMs and banning people appropriately. And because of that, what happens is that the community just gets worse and worse and worse. And this is the truth. And it's happened for a long fucking time.